I try not to get really paranoid about the implications, but I think they're huge. I think if we mess up our drinking water here, it could be the end of our communities. You can't truck in enough water for a whole town. I just don't see how that's possible. And I think we have so many wonderful things going on in this community of Athens and the surrounding area with our local farmers, our sustainable food system. It's one of the best in the country. You know, we've got all the artists, we've got all the great community organizations. We're a strong community, and I just don't want to see that unravel. I'm afraid it could happen with one badly drilled well.
Fracking is very concerning as a farmer. It's threatening the livelihood of our farm from the water that we water our plants with and water that our animals drink, to air pollution around fracking areas with the plants growing and our animals breathing it, and also humans visiting our farm, touring our farm. It's also very concerning because we don't want our farm to be an industrial area. We want it to stay beautiful and healthy.
It's very difficult to find any kind of scientific proof that says this process is okay. It's really difficult to find success stories in other states, cities, counties where fracking has occurred and it hasn't left complete trail of desolation behind.
We won't be signing any contract with any of these companies. If you do, you're signing a contract with the devil. You really don't matter how well you write or how good you think it is, they've got you after you write a contract.
I've decided not to frack on my land, but it's one of those things that it's such an issue that spills over. If anybody decides to frack on their land, it's going to affect me as well.
3 sides of this farm have signed leases or whatever, letters of intent, and yeah, we're a little concerned about the impact on our quality of life, our livelihood. Obviously, because we make our living from the land, health is, health of the land and the health of our animals is a really important part of how we make our living.
Our personal view is it's going to change our community and our whole way of life, and we're not looking forward at all to the process.
I think what's most alarming is they don't really know how it's going to affect the land. They can tell you all this stuff, but I don't believe them that, it's not going to do anything. And I think it is, and I think people are really going to start regretting ruining the land.
The industry and the landmen that are going around and trying to convince people are using tricks. They are using pressure. They are trying to put pressure on people to sell and to sell out at the cheapest possible price.
We are very grateful that our own water supply is on a watershed on our land, and yet we know that the air will be affected, and probably the rain will be affected in full on our land, so we will not escape. And our own grandchildren live down the road, and we just are horrified at the thought of what will happen to this whole community.
And I guess when I go to my deathbed, I can't take the money with me, and I just, deep in my heart, I want to feel good about the decisions I made.
So to me, it's a moral issue. It's an ethic that I have of first do no harm to the earth. And if you can't say that, you shouldn't start it in the first place.
So it's going to be hard to say what's going to happen, but I'm trying to take it slow and not make any rash decisions. And because I'm not desperately poor, I'm not, I guess, in a position where I feel like I have to do this. And I think people really need to make sure they get legal counsel and they really understand these leases. And if people are going to sign away their rights, they need to get the best deal possible. And I hope that people are smart enough to do that and just don't get taken advantage of by big companies that have lots of resources and, fancy talk and all that stuff.
We're at the tipping point of what the climate can take already, and this is going to speed up our troubles.